So I captured a couple of moments in Seattle. I captured paragliding, then I enjoyed, I captured the moments of snow, and it's very cold in Seattle, and slightly there was a snow in the night yesterday. So now I'm returning and enjoying. So friends, so let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Professor M.S.Rao. I have authored 53 books, including the award-winning book titled See the Light in You, for which the Nobel laureate His Holiness Dalai Lama has written a foreword. I have 43 years of diversified experience, including Indian Air Force, business, teaching and training. I'm a late bloomer, dyslexic, ADHD, OCD, and I had a brain stroke in the year 2021. I don't have two-wheeler, I don't have four-wheeler, and I don't have any pension, I don't have any regular income. And I'm 61 years old with lots of challenges. But despite having all the challenges, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix. And right now I'm in Seattle. I'm enjoying the beautiful moments. I'm in Seattle because my younger son invited me and my wife. So we are enjoying great moments in Seattle. Thanks to my younger son Ramakrishna Sai. So we are enjoying great moments in Seattle. So life is beautiful, life is amazing, life is creative. Life is a miracle. Life is all about possibilities. Enjoy every moment of your life. People often worry about their unpleasant past. According to the research, 30% people waste 30% of their precious time by thinking about the past, which will never come. So instead of thinking about the past, learn to live in the present. People often think too much about the future that can't be predicted. So I believe learn to live in the present. Enjoy every moment of your life. Life is a gift. Life is an opportunity. So I would share with you a couple of stories on life and leadership in this video. So let me share with you my own philosophy. Before that, I would like to share with you the fact that I create models, methods, frameworks, perspectives, and recently I started creating a philosophy, and I am an author, researcher, and storyteller. I create stories to impact humankind. I am very curious and creative by nature, and I talk to unknown people and strangers so that I can learn something from them. When I learn something from others, so that I would add to my existing knowledge, then again I will share with my connections. Precisely, I believe in acquiring my knowledge and sharing my knowledge, and sharing is caring. So knowledge should not be kept in one place. So there should be knowledge explosion. So we should encourage sharing the knowledge. That's what I believe in, advocate. And I have 4 blogs, and I have 3 YouTube channels. So like I have been blogging since 2007. So like that, lots of things I do it. So I will briefly explain about my philosophy in this video. When I was walking in Seattle 2 months back, an idea flashed on my mind to work on philosophy. People get ideas from multiple sources. Everyone have their own way of getting ideas, and there are 8 billion people in the world. So 8 billion people have 8 billion ideas, 8 billion stories, but no two stories are similar. So everyone has their own story. So 8 billion people have 8 billion stories. So this is the fact, this is the reality. So what we have to do is we have to capture the ideas, which is the key to execution. And whenever we get ideas, we must capture the ideas. And what I do is that whenever I get an idea, I capture the idea, and I take them to execution. That's how I do it. So a short pencil is better than a long memory. So I jot down the ideas that flash on my mind, because ideas are many. People get the ideas, but they don't capture and they don't execute. But in my case, what I do, I'm proactive and positive, and I jot down the things, then I execute the things at my own pace. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I always take the first step because I am very proactive and positive by nature, right? So this is what I have been doing, and I get ideas while walking, and also I get ideas when someone questions me, someone asks when someone questions me. Especially I used to teach and train audiences, so whenever the audiences provoke, so I feel very happy and excited, because when someone questions me, that means they are paying attention and they are listening to me. So I am very positive in that way. So I take things in that manner, so I capture the ideas. So that's how I do the things. Now coming back to the philosophy, so I captured the ideas, and I googled on I typed in on Google as Professor M.S. Rao's philosophy. So when I googled Professor M.S. Rao's philosophy, so I was very much excited to find my own result on the first page. And the first result, Professor M.S. Rao's philosophy is to emphasize health first, education second, and wealth third. He harnesses technology. So when I got the first result in the first page on Google, I was very much excited, and I was on cloud 9. It was an aha moment in my life. So I felt the power of universe. Then I started working on my own philosophy, and another thing is that people often search for stones by leaving gems at home. So we should look at the gems. You are the gem. When you are the gem, why should you search for stones elsewhere? So you have to identify the gems and work on them. So I thought, why should I write somebody's philosophy? So let me create my own philosophy, because I have years of experience. I have 43 years of experience, and I have been observing people for 61 years. So I thought, let me create my own philosophy. So when I googled, I got lots of stuff online. Then I came to know that I published an article titled, "What is your leadership philosophy?" So that was very interesting thing, and I felt very happy. And secondly, when I googled, then I came to know that I already published a research paper on stoicism. So like that, lots of stuff was available. I often referred about Socrates and three filter test, and a couple of stories I shared. So I felt very happy and excited, and I started creating my own philosophy, which is based on Eastern philosophy, because I was born in India. So I started Eastern philosophy, emphasizing certain values. Those values, how I created is that I believed two things in my life. One is I I am a continuous learner. Second thing is I take feedback. So I don't get annoyed when people offer me feedback negatively, because there is something we have to learn from critics. So I believe in that. So then I take feedback. Then I am a continuous learner. So when I checked some of the feedbacks documents which I have kept from my students and from my books, then I came to know certain words that resonate my personality. They are attitude, gratitude, empathy, humanity, and virtue, leadership, power, spark. Like that, lots of words I have captured, and I started Eastern philosophy and by blending certain values of virtue, wisdom, knowledge, empathy, attitude, humanity. So like that I started creating my own philosophy, and I started an educational philosophy. Why? Because I was an educator, and I started my books on education. So I started education philosophy, emphasizing Eastern philosophy. So that's how I started. So for more than 2 months I have been researching, and I'm getting lots of stuff, and still I have a long way to work on my philosophy, and still I don't have any clarity about the kind of philosophy I have to create. So because something new has to be something new I have to create, and I have to create something new, and I have to provide on a platter for the humankind. So that is the reason why I am doing research. So I take a little more time to research, and this is how I started researching. And and for me, research is only a comma, not a full stop. Research is an ongoing process. So that's what I believe, and I keep doing, and I'll continue research till I'll continue researching until I die. So I keep researching and adding value, because something new I can create. When I create something new, so I can provide on a platter for the humankind. So I'm in the process of creating my own philosophy. Then again, I also started exploring Socrates, because Socrates was the person I admire. His quote was very famous: "An unexamined life is not worth living." That means you have to examine your life. People don't have awareness, they don't examine. So what you have to do is you should have an awareness, and you should examine your life, so that you can provide meaning, right? So I started thinking about Socrates. I started thinking from the perspective of Eastern philosophy, then again from India. So like that, lots of things I am integrating, and the research is still going on, and hopefully I will publish a book on my philosophy. Not now, it may take 5 to 10 years to write my own philosophy. So this is the idea, and this is the way I work, and I keep working, and I'm very consistent by nature, and I'm very persistent by nature, and also I'm very patient. I became very patient after the brain stroke. Otherwise I was impatient before the brain stroke. So I'm patient, I'm consistent, and I'm persistent. So I'm very happy that I'm in that process, and I'll publish a book on my philosophy. But I am yet to develop a clarity. So I also started requesting people to interview me on philosophy, but it takes time. the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first stop. So I always take first stop. So I am requesting people to interview me. It takes time, a year or 2 years. It may take a year or 2 years. It may take. So then I will create my own philosophy. So this is briefly about my philosophy. So the second thing I would like to share with you is I want to share my life in a nutshell. I was born on October 31st in a tiny village in India, and I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment, and I could not enjoy my childhood for 18 years because I had a chaotic childhood, and my father was litigant and alcoholic, and my mother was naysayer. So I was cursed with toxic siblings. So lots of challenges I encountered in my life. I also still am encountering lots of challenges. So I served in the Indian Air Force for 12 years, in the lowest rank of a corporal for 12 years, and for 12 years I was in the Indian Air Force, and I joined Indian Air Force on 4th February 1982, Secunderabad, India. Then 5th February 1982, I went to Tamaram Air Force Station to acquire my training. So it was very challenging for me to get along in the Indian Air Force, but because I was not able to adjust, but I adjusted basically because I had a dream to serve my country and to become an officer in the Indian Air Force, but I could not become an officer. I joined in the lowest rank of a corporal, and for 12 years I served in the Indian Air Force. So you can understand 12 years as a non-commissioned officer. So people again might think that I was a commissioned officer, but I was not a commissioned officer. I served in the lowest rank of a corporal for 12 years, and I acquired 6 qualifications through private education. And at the age of 18 I joined Indian Air Force. Means you can imagine that I discontinued my degree. So I paid condonation fee when I was doing degree. Then I got my degree. Then I got my degree. So total 6 qualifications I acquired, all through private education. They are DME from Aeronautical Engineering from Indian Air Force, and then I got my BSc from Andhra University. Usually degree takes 3 years, but for me it took more than 4 years to get my degree, that is BSc. Then I got my Ph.D. BM from the Ministry of Defense. Then I got my MBA from IGNO. Then I got my MA from Ajmer University, Sociology, that is. Then I got my PGDCLL from the Jodhpur University, which I did through Night College. So all these qualifications I earned through private education, not through regular education. People might think that I acquired my qualifications from Cambridge or Harvard, but the reality was that I was a college dropout. Then again I continued my education, and I started with the Telugu language. I was not blessed with convent education. So somehow I started my life and I acquired 6 qualifications, and all those qualifications through private education. And why I entered into different areas of qualification was that I didn't have any guide, I didn't have any mentor, I didn't have any coach. So whatever was coming to my mind on the way, rather I knocked the doors. I created the doors and then I created the doors and knocked the doors, then availed the opportunities and explored and executed the opportunities. So that's how I led my life, and I didn't have any godfather, I didn't have any father to support me. Everything I did through my own. So this is briefly about my academic background. Then when I was serving in the Indian Air Force, then my father-in-law invited me to join business. Unfortunately, my father-in-law and brother-in-law backstabbed and betrayed, and I landed in further problems. First of all, I was cursed with toxic siblings. Then again, backstabbing by my father-in-law and brother-in-law. So life taught me many lessons. So I did business, which didn't work out. Then I left business and became an educator. In the year of 2007, in the year 2007, I became an educator. And at that time, education helped me overcome my adversity. And so education helped me overcome my adversity. Then I became a faculty member, because at that time MBA was required to teach for engineering and management students. So I had my MBA at that time. That helped me become an educator and faculty member. Then I joined for my Ph.D. in the year 2007, December. Then I got my Ph.D. in the year 2011. So 6 qualifications plus 1, seventh qualification. Total 7 qualifications I earned all through private education, not through regular education. So that's how I led my life. And so I made my debut as an author in the year 2010, and I published 53 books, and I published more than 300 research papers, and I published more than 1,000 articles in various international magazines. I was a regular contributor for Entrepreneur magazine, and I still serve on the editorial boards of TLO and JVPL. So this is my journey. So within a span of 15 years, that means from the year 2010 to 15 years, I worked very hard, and I created lots of knowledge. It's because of discipline. I wake up in the morning 4 o'clock, night 10 o'clock I sleep. Throughout the day I work hard. I take rest only at my graveyard. So I believe in working very hard, because life is an opportunity, life is a gift. So I decided to publish a documentary of my life, and if there are any sponsors, then I will give rights, and I will publish a documentary either on Netflix or any other streaming platforms. So I want to share my stories. So this is briefly about my life. So from my birth to till date. Hello. So then again, when you are coming? Okay, Jarta. Okay. So he's my son. This is the house where my younger son lives. So friends, if there are any sponsors, I will publish my documentary on streaming platforms, especially on Netflix, if there are any sponsors. So I want to share my stories, because my life is not a straight line, my life is not life is not linear, life is not a straight line, life is not a cakewalk. So my life will become an excellent biopic or a documentary, so that I will inspire the people. That's what I will do it. So now I reached my home, and so let me see. So friends, if you like my ideas and insights, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I am living for with some purpose. So I am leading with some purpose, and I want to provide meaning for the world. Once again, I wish you a very happy Republic Day. And I am in Seattle, and I am enjoying, and I also greet everyone happy Republic Day with gratitude.